We do not have any public hearings tonight. We do, however, have a delegation which is being led Mr. Anton Flores, and it's regarding the historic Goose Holler neighborhood. So, Anton, I don't know if you want to lead off or if you have designated representatives. So, please, if you will, come to the podium. Because of the height of the podium, if you would take the microphone and maybe come around and address the council, introduce yourself, and then let us know what you'd like to say to the council.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and members of LaGrange City Council. My name is Jefferson Villatoro. I was born in LaGrange and live on Mona Lane. I want to thank you for allowing me to speak here today. Yesterday, we, the children of Mona Lane, met with the mayor. As a gift, each of us received a button that reads, "Leaving LaGrange better than we found it." Today we are doing our part and now ask you to join in making our small street in LaGrange a better place for all. We ask you to approve the placement of a historic Goose Holler sign at Mona Lane. We didn't know our street was once a historic black community called Goose Holler until we met Maddie Body, who is here with us today. And if y'all can applause to her. Neighbors and volunteers are holding a day camp for my friends and me on Mona Lane. We've learned lots, but one of our best teachers was Miss Maddie. Miss Maddie grew up on our street a long time ago. In fact, there wasn't a street, just a dirt road. There wasn't running water or lights. It was just a few places where African Americans were allowed to live. It also wasn't called Mona Lane back then. It was Goose Holler. Miss Maddie remembers when Welcome Baptist Church was burnt down in 1952. She remembers walking to school all the way from Goose Holler to Southeast LaGrange near Hamilton Road. Despite the challenges, she's leaving LaGrange better than she found it. She remembers in 1970s her daughter being one of the first African American students to attend LaGrange High School, the school that I plan to graduate from. I'll never forget the day we met Miss Maddie as we left her home on Red Line Alley. Many of us hugged her and even called her abuelita or grandma. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was one of the Mona Lane kids who met Miss Maddie at her home. She also challenged us to leave Goose Holler better than we found it. My name is Bryant Jimenez. Next month, I will begin 6th grade at Gordon Newman Middle School. When I heard Miss Maddie speak, her childhood sounded a lot like mine. Chickens running from yard to yard, children playing outside, parents working hard. This is how I remember growing up on Mona Lane. I took Miss Maddie's challenge to us very seriously. I am leaving Mona Lane better than I found it. Already, I have helped build playground equipment and picnic tables. These items are going in the empty lot where the burned down church once was. That church was called Welcome Baptist Church. Together, my neighbors, along with the help of Rosemont Baptist Church and me, are building a better place, Welcome Park. We are learning the history of our street, taking pride in our community, and leaving it a better place than when we found it. I am excited that at 12 years old, I now have the chance to speak before you, and maybe even teach you about historic Goose Holler.
Thank you.
doesn't want to cooperate.
Hello, city leaders. My name is Delfina Martinez. I am a ninth grader at LHS, like Miss Maddie's daughter. I am a trailblazer who is not only leaving LaGrange better than I found it. I am also committed to making my family and neighborhood better too. That's why I am here today. Today I ask you to honor Miss Maddie and all who called Goose Holler their home. Today I invite you to both make and preserve history by approving the historic marker. And after this meeting, I invite you to join us on Mona Lane for a celebration, because I hope by now you're curious about our wonderful neighborhood. Miss Maddie has left LaGrange better than she found it. We thank you. We, the youth of Mona Lane, are leaving LaGrange better than we found it. We thank you, Mayor and City Council, for leaving LaGrange better than you found it. And we thank you for helping us remember and celebrate the historic of Goose Holler.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming out this evening for speaking to the council, and thank you for the time that you spent yesterday with me and the city manager as well, going into some of the detail of your camp, the summer experiences, the things that you've learned this year. I commend all of you for making this effort. At this time, we have before us a request from the residents of Mona Lane to install a marker at the Mona Lane signage that designates that area as the historic Goose Holler. It does not change the name of the street, but it would add to the history of that area with the historic designation. And so I think it would be appropriate to entertain a motion to approve.
Mayor, I'd like to offer a motion that we would wholeheartedly do that.
So moved.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second to approve the request for the installation of the signage. Is there any discussion?
I do want to say y'all have smiled the most out of anybody that's come in here in 3 years.
That's worth something. That's worth a vote, isn't it? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposed? Okay. And that passes unanimously. So congratulations.
I'd like
If
to
I-
say,
yes.
I don't see how we could say no to it.
Yeah, I understand. If I could ask all of the residents of historic Goose Holler, if you would, to come and join us and stand here in front of the mayor and council with the sign that the city staff has prepared, and then council members, if you'll stand, and then we'll take a group photo. And Miss Maddie, if you can join us, absolutely. Come on up.
They're a good bunch of kids. They're very interactive. We played a little game with them yesterday about what is the city versus problem.
We're probably going to take from the angle, so yeah. So
They
let's.
seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So welcome.
I'm proud of them for wearing their buttons.
I know about
I don't know that you can move the podium much. I think you have to take sort of at an angle.
Straight and hustling and never been back there.
Everybody says Goose Holler.
Okay.
This one, I'm just going to say these
Holler.
were reviewed at work session this morning. So there's no way. Okay.
Okay. Well, again, thank you all very much for coming out this evening and for your interest and your presentation.